Elephant elbows and other memory parts of mothers. Your mother's elbows are the first thing you remember remembering. Elastic, pliable. When you are small, small things like elbows are mountains. When she sleeps, you mold them into tent-like structures and watch them collapse. Slowly, slowly, like someone letting the air out of a blow-up mattress. This is what elephants are like, but all over, you think. When you touch your mother's elbows, you imagine you are touching an elephant. I stole a photograph of her, leaving behind an empty sugar paper space. She's not alone, not really, but hers are the only eyes that meet the camera. Nobody is smiling. We look like the Addams family. My mother is Morticia Addams. It's the year before her long black hair turned grey all at once. She sits on the bed and cries, and everyone says it doesn't matter, including me. I am 3. 7 Halloweens later, she buys herself a Morticia Addams wig made of plastic and wears it with a long black dress. She looks exactly like she does in the stolen photograph. She is highly flammable. Later, my father buys a styrofoam bust to hold his headphones and paints the eyelids electric blue, puts my mother's plastic hair on it. Styrofoam Morticia Addams disappears under suspicious circumstances when I am 15. Nobody asks questions. We are relieved. Are you sitting down? My father on the phone. I wasn't sitting down. I was floating around my ex's parents' house. It was a nice house, 2 floors, pale bathroom green carpets, books everywhere, and always someone making tea or warming quiche in the microwave. It had a cat and blackberries in the garden. My ex's sister, who was younger than us and prettier than anyone I had ever seen in my life in an unaware and adolescent way, was picking blackberries, and I wanted to join her. It was summer. I was supposed to be reading everything Chaucer had ever written, but I didn't understand him, and I didn't want to. He's funny, my ex said, but I didn't want funny, and I guess that's what I got, not funny. Sit down, my father said, and something in his voice made me obey, despite no longer being in the habit of obeying my father. I forgot about the blackberries. I slid down to the kitchen floor, back against the glass door. The cat sat coolly next to me. My legs shook. Someone has died, I thought, full of adrenaline. Your mother, he said, and then choked back a sob. I spent a timeless half-minute thinking my mother had died. He collected himself. Your mother, he said, is having an affair. He had been tipped off and caught her red-handed. She was stuffing all of her dresses, even the moth-eaten ones, and the ones from before she became a hippie again, into a large suitcase. On her laptop, he found a PDF plane ticket to America. A postbox there overflowed with her love letters. My mother had not set foot on a plane since time immemorial. The cat, Snowball, bristled beside me with the indignation of having been rubbed over and over in the same spot. She turned her head and hissed at my hand. Oh, I thought, oh well, that's that then. I watched my ex's sister pick blackberries through the glass of the kitchen door and thought about the time I was sick on my mother's white party tights on her birthday. I thought about the other times she packed a suitcase. I thought about the burnt smell of toast and fresh coffee mixed in with the smell of her perfume on all the enchanted mornings we woke at dawn to go on holiday. I thought about my mother in a plane, my mother flying. My teeth fall out. I am standing before the bathroom mirror at home, bare feet on the threadbare bath mat. Not just one tooth, but all of them, unstoppably and with as much momentum as fir trees on a mountainside, ripped up by an avalanche. My mother stands in the doorway and watches, and then she holds out a cupped hand. Oh, I almost float away with a lightness of relief and rain my teeth into it. I know what to do, she says. I follow her into a grey dawn made of street sweepers, milk carts and postmen. We walk through town side by side, following my teeth in her outstretched hand. It grows light and I realise we've walked in circles. It dawns on me that she never knew what to do. I know with certainty that I cannot live without my teeth, and we continue walking in circles until the sky grows dark again. There is a mole in the space between her thumb and index finger, in the same soft, boneless space you once drove a wooden splinter through on your own hand. She reads books to you in her big bed on a Saturday morning. The light falls through the net curtains and cuts translucent patterns into the walls, underwater green from the plant at the window. If you are lucky and quick enough, you can lie next to her and run your finger over and over the mole in the space between her thumb and index finger as she reads.